Okay, so this is about the relative pronouns who, whom, whose, or which, and that. So let's crack this. Edwin ate stuffed peppers, blank Hector prepared. So there's no comma here. And what the word that, the pronoun that does is it qualifies specific pepper. I mean, the stuffed pepper is very general, but when you want to qualify it, when you want to make it more specific peppers, what Hector did, you have to say the word that Hector prepared. Okay, it's not just any kind of stuffed pepper. It's a specific pepper. It became specific pepper that Hector had prepared. So Kaylee, blank, I had made plans with earlier, just called to cancel. So keep that in mind. The Kaylee is the subject here and the verb is called. Now the clause here is referring to Kaylee as the person who is receiving the action from the parenthesis here. So here we have subject I had made plan with who? With whom? With whom? That's a Kaylee, right? That's a Kaylee. I cannot really type. Okay. With Kaylee. So since it's used as an object case after the prepositions, I had made plans with Kaylee earlier. Kaylee is used as an object of prepositional phrase. You have to say the word whom. Okay, here's another quick easy way. If you see a subject in this dependent clause, subject and the verb, the moment you see subject and verb, it will be whom, not who. If you don't have a subject in front, like let's say Kaylee who had made, then, although it changed the meaning, but at least grammatically, you will have to say the word who. So that's one quick easy way to tell difference between who and whom. How about the next one? Rita is building a house. Janelle is a subject here, so careful. Rita is building, that's a verb, a house object. But you know what? Janelle designed what? The house. Janelle designed a house. Since Janelle designed the house and we're referring to an object, object that the house get more specific or that qualifies, then you have to use the word that. Not only that, you don't see a comma in front, which means that this is essential. So it's essential that it refers to what house is. So you use the word that. Now for a person, you don't use the word that. Last night I heard from Carly Chu. It's a person. And then guess what? You might wonder, it's a person, so you have to choose either who, whom, or whose. We're not talking about any possession for Carly Chu here, so we can rule out whose. Who or whom? The moment I see I, subject, verb, we're gonna use Carly Chu as an object in the sentence. I haven't seen whom. I haven't seen Carly Chu. So because the word Carly Chu is used as an object in the sentence that follows, you must use the word whom. You don't ever usually use that and there's no comma in front of that. There are some rare cases, but under most circumstances, you will not put the comma in front of the relative pronoun that. Alright, so what about next one? The professor gave a speech that was difficult. Again, it's when you just say a speech, that's very general. And the writer's intention is to make the speech more specific by providing the word that. And again, the reason why we use a that is it's not who or whom, because speech is not a person. Not only that, there's no comma after the speech, so we don't get to use the word which. And we know the speech here is very general, that get qualified by the clause after that was difficult to understand. In other words, that professor gave a difficult speech. right? So you have to use the word that. I'm anxious to meet, like I'm very worried to meet Nate. It's a person, who, whom, or whose. We have has my dream job. It's a verb this time. Okay, careful, we have a verb right after the blank. We have the word verb. Instead of subject comes, it's a verb. Then here Nate, the person Nate has to be used as a subject. So you have to say the relative pronoun who. It's like saying this: I'm anxious to meet Nate, and Nate has my dream job. So Nate is used as a subject in the clause after. Okay, let me go over a couple more, or more like 3 more. Hopefully you get the pattern here. The youngest US president was Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, it's a person, so who or whom or whose. Okay, we can narrow down from 5 relative pronouns to 3, who, whom, or whose. But we have a verb here, verb. Then this Roosevelt is used as a subject. You have to say who was 42. Derek, blank grade have steadily improved. Credits his tutor with his success. Credits is a subject, is a verb for Derek. Now, we have a person, so we have who, whom, or whose. Now, okay, I know we will not use who because there is a subject here, and we have verb, but you have to think about it. If you say whom, is a grade a subject? Grade have improved? No, right? We're talking about Derek's grade. Derek's grade, Derek's apostrophe S tells us it is possessive. So to write the possessive, you have to say Derek whose grade have steadily improved. You never put that in front, and there's no comma before. Okay. Again, if there's a person, you never put the preposition. Relative pronoun that. You never do that. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, one last question on your mistake. Online dictionaries. Okay, so we will not use the word who or whom. No. Dictionary is not a person. So it's either that or which. And guess what? There's a comma after it, which makes it that, we already know what online dictionaries are, and we're not making a more specific online dictionary. We're just describing what online dictionary that I use. So you have to use the word which. Okay. And typically for which, there's a comma in front. Okay. Almost always there's a comma. Okay. I hope that helps you. Now let's crack some questions. Fresh questions. So I'm gonna go for the challenging one like this. The eye doctor. Patients are waiting in the lobby. It's a person, so it's either who, whom, whose. But the moment I say patient, it's not coming with a verb, so we know that it's either whom or whose. Now, it's his patient, right? The doctor's patient, so we have to use the word whose. Whose patients are waiting in the lobby must be stuck in traffic this morning. The speech, okay, there's no comma here, so we are not likely to use that. Do not use the word that. And it's not who, whom, whose, because it's not a person. So the speech here has to be that. The speech is qualified by this additional information. The Ruth delivered, yeah. That Ruth delivered. So here the subject will be speech, the verb will be was full of. Well, actually just was. Alright, Mr. Bowen's favorite science book. Okay, it's a book. There's a comma. And guess what? It will be which. You don't usually put the that after before. After a comma, you don't put that. Okay, and it's not a person, so we cannot choose who, whom, whose. So you have to choose which. Okay, the messenger is a person, most likely it's a person. Bicycle was all damaged, or bicycle was just damaged. Okay, bicycle was just damaged. Okay, so we have to be careful here. Who, whom, or whose. The moment I see the subject, bicycle was, I cannot use the word who, because already subject is taken by bicycle in the clause that follows. So we have to either say whom or whose. If you say whom, it makes no sense, right? Bicycle was just damaged, or bicycle was messenger. No, bicycle was just, we're gonna have to say whose bicycle was damaged. Okay, whose, so messenger will have to find, that's the main. Whose bicycle was just damaged? It's referring to messenger's bicycle. So you will have to use the word whose. Alright, hopefully this helped you, and good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.